Hello and welcome to another edition of Sand Shark Bites. I'm your host, Justin Jarrett, joined as always by James Duffy. And Duffy, how about that baseball team? How about those Sand Sharks?
The Sand Sharks all over the place. When waking up Monday morning and looking at all the headlines that Sand Sharks made this weekend, I mean, it's just been a great time to be proud of this USCB team. Yes.
It's always a great time to be a Sand Shark, but this weekend it seemed like it was particularly true. A really great week on the baseball field, the softball field, on the golf course, on the track, all over the place. And spring is an exciting time, and especially when the teams are playing as well as they are. But we'll start off with baseball because I guess they made the biggest headlines this week. Took 2 out of 3 off number 15 team in the country, have really established themselves in the Sun Conference, and for the second straight week, some hardware to take home as well. Well, not really hardware, certificates. But Sun Conference Player of the Week, Nick Payne, Sun Conference Pitcher of the Week, John Gora. Just an awesome start to the season, sitting at 11-2 going into the weekend.
Yeah, Payne hitting 2 over the weekend.
2 home runs for Payne.
9 for 13.
Yeah, smoking it.
That's all right. We'll take those numbers anytime.
And we thought we might have lost him there for a while. He was went down like a sack of hammers and was grabbing his knee and got hit with a bat.
Oh, my gosh.
Batter followed through on his swing and let go of the bat, and it hit Nick right in the knee. And I know Bryan Lewallyn popped out of the dugout he looked like a ghost. He was terrified at the prospect of losing Nick, but he got up and finished the series with a great batting average, as we mentioned, hit a couple home runs, and just having a great season so far. And so is everybody. These guys are red hot.
Yeah, it's fantastic to watch. It's great to be a part of this whole thing. They're just, I mean, on both sides of the Hardyville complex there. The men are tearing it up on one side and the women on the other. It's a great thing to see.
Yeah, the softball team went out on the road. We're missing them already. Feels like we haven't seen them.
I say they're on the other side. They're out of town for like 3 weeks.
They've been all over the place. They went down to Florida, Plant City, Florida, down around Tampa. Won 3 out of 4 down there and played some good ball. And the
Lehman shutting them out.
Yeah, a couple shutouts. One of them another no-hitter. But Abby Pack pitched fantastically, the freshman. She drew actually the tougher assignments down there and pitched really well. Very encouraging. Lost one game 2-1 to Martin Methodist. Just some great defensive play and pitching on both sides. So, that young team is really learning the ropes, getting more comfortable, and Coach Eberling does a great job of getting everybody some playing time, some at-bats, some experience under their belt so that they'll have more depth, and that's really going to pay off down the road.
Emily Pauly going yard a couple of times too. We like our home run hitters.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan. So.
Great to see Emily swinging it so well. She had a tough season last year after coming back from knee surgery and just couldn't find a hole. Every time she hit it right at somebody. But
so just stop hitting it. Just hit it past them
smacking it all over the yard this year. So that's great to see. Still don't get to see them at home for a little while until March 10th. But baseball on the road this weekend as well. Ave Maria, Friday and Saturday. You'll be able to watch all those games on Stretch Internet. Ave Maria will be streaming those. So you can go to the usual place, portal.stretchinternet.com/USCB, and you'll be able to pull those up, check them out. And then they'll be back the following weekend, and we'll have the first game of the series against Florida Memorial on the County Channel. So,
fantastic, yeah.
Yeah, we'll be back out there. It's been,
Gotta love
been
it.
great so far.
And then track and field.
Track and field.
Sorry.
The thing that impressed me there, Anthony Vecchio.
Steeplechase.
Not
what I would have thought when I saw that headline.
Well, here's the funny thing about that is Anthony Vecchio's never run the steeplechase before. He goes out, obviously he's got the school record in everything from the 800 to the 5K, just about every category we've got in cross country and track and field. But he never run steeple before. That's Nick O'Neill's event.
Yeah.
And we got a little rivalry brewing there, a little intra-squad rivalry because Anthony went out and knocked off Nick's school record, qualified for nationals. Nick didn't run steeple last week, but you can guarantee he's going to want to get back out there and get that record back.
He did do a little pole vaulting at
he did.
2.7 meters.
He's the pole vault champion of the whatever it was called, the eye opener, Savannah State eye opener.
Yep.
We had a good laugh about that. But yeah, good showing all around. Nick won that event. Brandon Gordine running real well in the hurdles, as you'd expect. Betsy Douglas, of course, had a
it's
a
almost
great
like why
weekend.
bother even reporting on Betsy Douglas anymore? I mean, just like Betsy Douglas was in the race, she won it. Next.
So a good start for them, sort of. I mean, they had another event under their belt a month ago, but this is kind of the kickoff of the outdoor season. They'll be back over at Savannah again on Saturday, Savannah State Relays, and hopefully continue to rack up school records, personal bests, first place finishes, and all that.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, seeing all these people coming in and doing just fantastic jobs all around. It's stunning.
Stunning,
I say.
Indeed. And it seems like March is so far off, but
March is
lo
next
and behold,
week.
it's next week.
Yeah.
March 7th and 8th, we'll have men's golf hosting the Sand Shark Classic out at Oldfield. That's going to be fantastic, as always. Hopefully the weather's great. That's the one thing we can't control. And women's golf got started on Friday. Lost a pretty close match against number 2 in the country, SCAD, our big rival.
They came in second.
Yeah, came in second of 2, but played pretty well. Franzi Knoch played very well, and so did Vanessa Schlew. The Germans led the way. So they played well, and they'll be back at it on, I believe, Monday and Tuesday.
Yep.
Out in Pooler at Savannah Quarters, our home away from home. So if you're a big golf fan, big Sand Shark fan, get out there and check them out. So a lot going on. And then tonight we have a little off-field action, tonight being Wednesday. We've got the Athletic Club of the Low Country coming in. They're going to do our second annual mentoring session with our student athletes. Just a group of folks in the community who have pretty impressive business backgrounds and just a variety of different backgrounds come in and do some mentoring talks with our student athletes where they can kind of help them out with kind of career advisement type stuff and bounce some ideas off people who have been out there, lived it, and done it, and it's really a great opportunity.
And that's one of those things that I'm constantly talking about when I talk about athletics here at USCB is that we're working really hard to make sure that we are rounding out the whole student. It's not that you're coming here to play baseball or soccer or whatever. You're coming here for an education, and we're going to be mindful of your education first and then making sure that you're successful and safe anyhow, hopefully on the field in whatever you end up playing. But yeah, those kind of programs that we do for our athletes, for our students, for everyone.
We're developing champions and leaders. That's what we say in our mission statement. That's a big part of it. It's not just on the field. It's also, just Quinn Monahan, my boss, and your sort of boss, I guess, in a way. You volunteer for athletics a lot. Quinn Monahan says a lot that we have them for 4 years to prepare them for the next 40. And even though we tease him about always saying that, I think it captures it pretty well. That's what we're trying to do here. So, and speaking of going on to bigger and better things, just posted a story on the website today. Johnny Cole, former Sand Shark baseball slugger. He played here 1 year, graduated in communications. He's playing pro ball now, signed with the Ottawa Champions of the Canadian American League. So.
Way to go, Johnny. All right.
Yeah, really hopeful for him that'll pan out and he'll play a few more years of ball because he could swing the heck out of the bat and plays a mean first base.
And we saw also a nice little story about Michael Heesh.
Michael Heesh,
the Cardinals organization.
Lovely story about him. Made me kind of have to choke back vomit a few times that he plays for the Cardinals and was so complimentary of them. But probably going to start out at AA Springfield more than likely, a chance at AAA Memphis. But he'll report soon down to Jupiter, Florida, and get it underway. So really rooting for him, and I'll never say that about a Cardinal.
It's not nice in Missouri right now either. I just saw that my alma mater, St. Louis, is closed for the day because of weather. So we're enjoying lovely weather here in the Low Country.
Although it's supposed to be like tornadic, and it's when I walked over here today, it was beautiful, perfect day. So go figure.
What else we got? What else is going on?
I think that gets everybody pretty well up to speed. We're in a lull this week with no home events, but we'll be right back at it next week. And the spring never stops. It just keeps coming.
It's so exciting. It's a great time to be here at USCB right now.
But we are going to catch up with Coach Bryan Lewallyn, baseball coach, before they head off for Ave Maria this weekend. And he'll join us next right here on Sand Shark Bites. Joined now on the show for the second time this year already by Coach Bryan Lewallyn. And Coach, when we last talked to you, there was a little bit of uncertainty as the season was about to start, just kind of not knowing how things were going to come together. But so far, so good. Sitting at 11-2 going into the conference weekend at Ave Maria this weekend. 5-1 in the conference. You have to be very pleased with the results thus far.
Yeah, results. I mean, 11-2. Realistically, we could be 13-0. We could be 8-4. So we're happy with where we're at right now. Pleased with the results on the field. Still have a long ways to go. A lot of season left, but obviously wanted to get out to a good start, and we've done that so far.
And we've pitched it exceptionally well. Top 10 in the nation in earned run average. You look at the starting pitching. John Gora's been a workhorse. Jamie Strock doing what, picked right up where he left off last year. And Julio DePena have been a really nice addition. Hasn't gone quite as deep into games because he's more of a power pitcher, strikes some guys out and stuff. But great starting pitching, and that's where it all starts.
Yeah. I mean, to be successful, you have to pitch it well, and so far we've done that. Guys in the bullpen have done a nice job too. But those three guys really have done a nice job of just keeping us in ball games, giving us a chance to win. And anytime your pitching does the job, the offense will find a way. So I'm really pleased with where we're at right now. But like I said, got a long way to go, and excited to go play a couple games this weekend.
And every weekend, it's a challenge in this league. I mean, even the teams at the bottom of the conference standings are going to put up a heck of a fight, and you're going to get their best. You're able to take two out of three off of number 15 Kaiser, one of the top teams in the league. How important is it then going down to Ave Maria this weekend that the guys understand that one's behind you, and you've got three in front of you this weekend, and they want them just as bad as you do?
Yeah. I mean, we tell them every day the games that we've won or lost don't win us games or lose us games in the future. So they understand that, they know, and I know it sounds like coach speak, but it's legitimately one game at a time. You can't dwell in the past, and you can't look too much towards the future. You just have to play what's in front of you and take them one game at a time. So they understand that. They know that. The reality is that things are never as good as they seem, and they're never as bad as they seem. So if we can just maintain what we've been doing, pitching it well, swinging it well. We need to clean up some things on the bases and defensively a little bit, but if we can do that, then we'll have a chance to win, and that's really what we want, is just be in the ball games, give us a chance to win, and then go play the game.
You got some new guys with, Tommy Estepari's doing a great job. Max Balter at shortstop, filling a big hole over there, as well as, some guys who are back from, not only from last year, but from a couple of years ago who sat out last year. But it seems like this team has really gelled together well, meshed well together, personality-wise. It seems like just a fun bunch that everybody's pulled in the same direction.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got a good group of guys. I mean, we're getting ready to get on a bus and go down to Naples, and there's not a guy on the roster that I don't hesitate to put on that bus with us and go travel with and play games with. We've got a lot of different personalities, a lot of characters. They keep me on my toes, and I appreciate that, and I try to keep them on their toes a little bit as well. But it's a good group of guys. They play well. They play well together, and they understand that they're all playing for the same thing, the same reason, and it's not about one individual or one guy on the mound or at the plate. It's about the team as a whole. So, pleased with where we're at right now, and enjoy the group of guys that we have.
And keeping it loose, you have a little bet going, and if my math's correct, if we win at least one this weekend at Ave Maria, you'll have a little extra facial hair the next time we see you on the show.
Yeah, I'll start working on it. Like I said, we've still got, we've got a business to take care of this weekend. But that was the bet. I think that if we could get out of February with 4 losses or less, I'd grow a pretty ridiculous mustache, and it's I'm not keeping my fingers crossed because, like I said, we've got 3 games to play this weekend, and we'll see what happens. But just something to give them a little extra incentive, a little extra motivation, and to kind of keep it light and fun. So we'll see. We'll see middle of March how long it takes this thing if we take care of business this weekend.
All right. Well, hopefully get at least one. Get a couple this weekend, maybe even all 3, and make sure you don't shave that thing before we get you back on the show.
Sounds good.
Thanks for joining us, Coach.
Yep.
We'll be right back with more here on Sand Shark Bites.
At the University of South Carolina, Beaufort, we offer small classes, individual attention, and an affordable education in an atmosphere that fosters diversity and achievement.
We are students.
We field 9 Sandshark sports teams that compete in the Sun Conference.
We are athletes.
We are one university with 2 campuses serving the coastal areas of South Carolina and Georgia.
We are the Low Country.
We are the fastest growing 4-year school in the University of South Carolina system. We are USCB.
Yeah. Payne and Gore will probably have another.
They'll have more opportunities. Always good to talk to Coach Lou. I love nothing better than sitting in his office, letting him hold court and tell stories. He was telling some wild ones just earlier today, talking about baseball trips gone by. I got to get on the bus with those guys sometime. It sounds like they have a lot of fun, but we certainly have a lot of fun in the athletics department, and it's a lot more fun when we're having success.
Absolutely right.
So it's great when everybody's winning. Well, just one thing left to do to wrap up this episode of Sandshark Bites, and that's choose our official Sandshark Bites Athlete of the Week. And we did have to deliberate a little bit this week. You had great pitching performances from Ashley Lehman, great hitting from Emily Pauley, and you had the 2 baseball players with the Sun Conference honors with John Gora and Nick Payne. But we were pretty impressed with Anthony Vecchio in the steeplechase. And so, Anthony Vecchio, you are the Sandshark Bites Athlete of the Week. His steeplechase debut, he goes out, he breaks the school record, he qualifies for nationals, finishes second behind Ace Brown from SCAD, who's kind of his buddy. So I'm sure he had a lot of fun. And I got to see, did you see the slow-mo video?
I have not yet looked at the slow-mo video.
Yeah, Facebook, I saw some slow-mo video of Vec going over one of the water barriers. Pretty cool. So the steeplechase is a fun event, 3,000 meters, so a long sprint, basically. And with the water barriers, the hurdles, and you have to jump over the water. An interesting event.
It is. It's as close to like a good obstacle course race as you can get.
Yeah, it's like almost what's the show on that came over from Japan, Blowout or whatever it's called, or the Wipeout.
Yeah, Wipeout.
It's like track meets Wipeout, so it's good times. But Vecchio's apparently a natural for it.
Good. Well, good for him. He's an athlete. As an athlete is an athlete. I mean, he's really got the ability to do about anything he physically sets his mind to that involves.
True story.
Going that way.
True story. And he's got, I'm sure, Nick O'Neill fired up now to try to get that record back. So that should be awesome. We should have 2 national qualifiers in that event and have them duke it out at nationals. So congratulations to Anthony Vecchio, starting off your senior campaign on the track with a bang and a splash and pitter-patter, pitter-patter. Great running, and congratulations, Vec and the Sandshark track team. Well, that's going to do it for another episode of Sandshark Bites. We will be back here next week. We'll have a lot more to talk about. Hopefully 3 more baseball wins, 3 or 4 more softball wins, and a whole bunch more records for the track and field team. Until then, keep those fins up.